In this video we will look at how to install Docker on Fedora 43. We will start by installing the Docker engine, and then we will configure the Docker command to run without sudo, and then we will also run a test container to test our Docker installation. To install Docker, this is what we need to do. Run these three commands. The first command will uninstall if there is any previous version of Docker installed on your computer. And this second command will download the installation script from the docker.com. And once you have downloaded the script, run it using the sh command like this. Okay, and the installation is finished, and at the end you will see this message asking to run a script to set up Docker rootless mode. And what this will do is configure Docker daemon to run without root privileges, and it is an extra security step, but we don't need to do it at this point, and that's something you can do later if you want. For now, let's run the Docker version command. And here it says fail to connect to the Docker, so this means Docker is not running by default, and we will check the status using the systemctl status docker. And right now it is inactive, meaning the Docker service is not running, and here disabled mean it will not start automatically when the system reboot. And we will start the Docker engine using the command systemctl start docker, and then we will set it to start automatically at system reboot using the command systemctl enable. And now if we check the status, it is now active and running and enable to start at the system reboot. And now let's run the Docker version again, and this is the Docker engine version installed on this computer, and it confirmed that Docker was installed. The next thing we are going to do, configure Docker command to run without sudo, and right now we have to use the sudo every time, and if we run the command without sudo, it will give this permission denied error. So what we need to do, add any user who wants to run Docker command without sudo to the Docker Linux group. And if you look at the etc group file, and there is this group called Docker, and any member of this group can run the Docker command without sudo. So here I will add this user1 to the Docker group using the command gpassword -a to add, and then we need to add user1 to the Docker group. And after adding the user, run the command groups, and this will show a list of groups this user is member of. And right now we can't see the Docker in the groups list, so we have to restart the computer. Right, and the computer was restarted, and let's run the groups command again and see if we can see the Docker in the groups list. And so we have Docker now in the groups list, and this means we should be able to run the Docker command without sudo now, without getting any error. Now let's run a test container to test our Docker installation, and we will run a container called hello world, and it is just a test container to test our installation. The command is docker run hello-world. And if you see this message hello from Docker, that means our installation is successful. So that's how we install Docker on Fedora 43. In the next video we will learn more about the Docker run command and how to start containers using the Docker run command.